I thought Roman was here. He's Kirk's cousin. There he is. Roman, if you turn off your screen and microphone, I'm sending out rolls. Where's Christian?
I'm here.
Okay, turn off your screen and microphone. You too, Julian.
Oh, buddy.
Hey, Roman, you there?
Roman. Okay, all the rolls have been sent out. If you if you didn't get one, you're just a regular town. Everybody can turn their camera on, and we'll start day one.
I enjoy the sound of your voice, thing.
Oh, thank you.
I got that lamb chop right here.
Mic test.
You know,
How was the lamb chop season?
if y'all like Pixar didn't happen, here it is. So
We're all proud of you.
we'll let you guys know.
Man, interesting. We don't have like a Julian Manny read today.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck that shit, I'm out."
Wow.
Oh, poor Manny. Julian
He probably
Mafia.
did, dude. He probably did, dude.
Mafia bully,
he,
dude.
he didn't want to play today. He was like,
I
hate
bet.
feeling it.
Is Julian gonna be there?
He's like, I don't feel like being called out today.
Is that what he said?
No,
Oh,
he just said he didn't feel like Mafia today.
yeah, probably. So he
Because of
that's probably what he meant, but he just said that instead. Anyways, yeah, let's get back to town, dude.
I agree.
Is this gonna be the game that Joel finally becomes Mafia?
Wow.
I'm
No,
suspicious.
You're suspicious?
Of who? Of Joel?
Just said, "Eh, I'll sit up."
He still has those eyes though.
It's in a curse.
Dude, I've never really noticed until this moment. I guess it's the glasses, but like Julius and Una really do look like siblings. I'm like,
Shit.
Not like happy.
Damn,
Because they're Asian, bro.
they really are related.
Wait.
They really are related.
Now that you mention it, Christian's wearing glasses, and he looks like them as well.
God.
Min, you have some
I think Min is our brother too.
I think everybody wearing glasses is definitely town.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
That's my top half, and then my bottom half is real sus. So
I think Julie's got all the good genes though.
that's true. I have like a flat foot, like astigmatism, like bad pulmonary, like I got like asthma. You know, my bronchitis fucking up. You know, like. So
Okay,
I'm-
medic on Christian.
Medic on me
Clearly-
during the day, like.
No
I'm living in
Mafia.
the infirmary.
Because of the Mafia. It's like in the night, Christian dropped dead because of
natural causes. Like, oh no.
The plague got to Christian.
We should have the RNG like sickness death. Dysentery.
yeah. Oregon
This
Trail.
is like Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing with my hair.
Been smiling. He never smiles. I saw
Oh,
that.
let's go, Min.
Hot.
I've seen men smile.
I always smile.
Always.
Yeah, always.
His
Even when
offline-
he's not. Even
his-
when he's not.
His video off
When I'm
picture
not.
is a screen cap
Do you
of
smile
himself
when you're
smiling.
But I'm not Mafia, though.
Dude, I don't know, but Varun looks like super cash right now.
Dude, I am ready to go to bed. Until I find the Mafias.
He's like already in bed. Like literally, once the game is over, he's just gonna.
You just fall
Pretty
asleep.
much, I'm set to go. Hey,
Yeah.
so how many Mafias are there? Are there going to be 2?
There's
Two.
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 I mean, one. You only have to worry about one, right?
Yeah, that must be it.
True.
Dude, we caught him.
Got him. You know, that stealth mafia.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Julian is switching it up this game.
Oh, Manny's not here.
It's because I'm Mafia at this game.
You were Mafia last game, and you were confident.
Roman, what are you doing that's more important than looking at town?
Oh, somebody's already trying to get a trade with me.
What?
Oh.
We haven't even played a game.
Yeah, like, don't
Is
trade.
wait, Roman, is it Jordan for Kirk Cousins?
Oh, but I totally used that meta to try to get the #1 guy to pick Kirk Cousins because I was number 3.
Dude, I played Jordan first round, so don't.
It's like you received a text from Jordan. Hey, Roman, do you want to trade for my Kirk Cousins?
I mean, you're under the assumption that I know anything about
My
football,
bad.
Julian. So
Sorry,
laugh it
just right after the
He's
right after
sports
the
Jordan,
draft, my
remember?
phone.
No,
blew up.
dude, Jordan, that's so fun, man.
up. Apparently, I'm a huge joke now. That's super
Oh
fun. For
yeah,
me.
you're a pretty big joke in the other fantasy football league. They were like, really? Did he really pick Kirk Cousins #1?
Dude, watch. Jordan's gonna win the league.
Wait, that's a thing?
You guys do a family football league?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, Jordan headshotted Kirk Cousins with the first pick.
Round
I
one.
mean,
Pick one. Round one.
in my eyes, it was a great move because
Dude,
I got
just-
Antonio Brown.
just
I'm
straight trolling.
completely happy. I'm completely happy.
Dude, you're tripping.
Jordan, do your thing. Kirk
Jordan,
Cousins,
you're my boy.
no sleeper.
Jordan,
No,
after
look, Kirk Cousins is gonna go ham the first round. He's gonna put up like 700 yards, like 5 touchdowns, and Jordan's literally just gonna run.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
That's. Never mind.
So no one has any
Alright.
others.
No, not really.
Okay, I think Una's town. I'll throw some out there. I think Una's town.
I think I'm hungry.
No.
Does it count?
I think Una's town.
Okay.
Julian, why do you think Una's town?
Because I'm not gonna reveal why, but I think Una's town.
Because he already knows.
Are you and Una?
I already know
Show
because
me
I'm
in some way?
Mafia, and Una's not my partner, so Una's town.
Joel, what do you think of Una?
No comment.
I was gonna lynch Joel like first game next time.
Joel.
Yeah. Day one's kind of hard to make reads, so.
What do you think of the fact that we're already like halfway through the day and Una hasn't called out your eyes?
It is somewhat suspicious, yeah.
No, but let's just remember that Una wasn't the person that invented that.
Who's
I know.
that?
I know, but she has propagated it long enough that she has to get partial credit for it at this point.
I think
Amanda
it's only
invented.
because I tarnished our relationship with that one game. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I had to lynch somebody, I lynched Joel.
Wow.
I'm flattered.
I
Real
gotta
quick
keep my
to
word,
real
man.
quick to lynch
I-
right there.
I
Ro.
made a word yesterday.
Okay, but I will say that Roman's reads are almost always based on odds. He's like, well, he was a Mafia last game, so what are the odds?
Yeah.
I'm just
Joel,
gonna say.
Those are Roman's day one reads, like every single time.
Well, that being said, there was a streak where I played 4 Mafia games in a row.
Never
What?
tell me the odds.
Yeah, it was before we started using Zoom.
Yeah.
But
Joel,
that's a
what do
real
you think
thing.
of Jordan? Since you guys are coworkers.
In this game, it's difficult because he just has, the same face almost all the time. So
I think he's playing the sadness factor a little too much.
yeah.
I
Well,
think I went overboard with the Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry.
he had a rough day. he was on the struggle bus, flat tire, all that fun shit. So
Oh,
I haven't been hearing Jordan's voice today.
No, you haven't.
Jordan, speak.
Oh, wait, Jordan, are you recording this, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm wearing a tank top, so.
Dude, Jordan, have you been studying the other games or what?
No, really, no.
You haven't had time to yet?
I watched the last one. It was quite entertaining.
I actually need to grab my phone. So
Okay, so I'm Vanilla Town, and if you disagree, you should watch my Mafia game. It's on Jordan's YouTube channel.
Let's go.
How I play.
Whatever, Julian. You play like different ways. So
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
follow me on Snapchat.
All right, Julian. I guess. What are your thoughts on Christian?
Oh, you want me to go ham? Okay, here we go.
Go ham. Let's go.
I think that Christian's quiet until he starts to. If he's Mafia, then he'll actually start to get more talkative if you put pressure on him.
But he is eating.
I formal Christian.
But he's eating.
I formal Christian.
I'll second it.
We take those. All right.
Illusion.
Okay, I'm gonna go down the list. No reads on Varun, Min. Wait, I just realized is Luis because he typed earlier. Whatever.
He's just watching.
He's
Okay,
just watching.
Okay, cool. No reads on Varun, Min, neutral on Joel, and Julius. I don't think Julian is Mafia. He's pretty towny. I don't think Una's as Mafia, but I have trust issues on her again, so maybe I just have a bad read on her. She got me last game. I can't really tell about Jordan. He's definitely quieter this game, but I think that's because we're talking about some other stuff. I don't think that's actually his play. So I'm kind of neutral on him right now. I feel like Roman was throwing out some other stuff. It's day 0, so I don't weigh this too heavily. But if you want to call it red herring kind of information, we're talking about some other stuff, which coincidentally I joined in on. But I also don't think that's that heavy of a Mafia play to be throwing out false information on to waste time on day 0. So that's how I feel about that. So yeah. So like I said, my highest town reads are Julian, probably followed by Joel, Jordan, and Una.
I'm not completely convinced Christian's town.
Okay.
But
Who's your Mafia, Christian?
I mean, my likely to be Mafia. If the Mafia isn't one of the 3 people I have no reads on, it's going to be between Julius, Roman. My bottom half is Julius, Roman, Varun, and me. But 2 of those are because I have absolutely no reads. So I don't have any hard Mafia reads on anybody. But I have some pretty towny reads on the top 4. Thus far. Day 0 reads.
Who's your
Sorry,
top? Who's your
sorry
top?
to the bottom 4 if I'm scum reading you guys.
Who is your top town?
Top town, Julian, Jordan, Una, and Joel.
Well, if you had to pick one.
Top is town, Julian. I agree with what he said about his Mafia play or whatever. If you want to check tape, want to check Jordan's VODs. Yeah.
How are you reading Jordan as town when he's so quiet?
Well,
I think
I said this.
I can't give any read. I wouldn't give any read about Jordan. Jordan plays differently.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
No emotion whatsoever.
But
Okay,
you read
so
him down somehow.
Okay, well, I'll say this. So, Jordan, not including external life, whatever, but Joel said he might have had a bad day at work, but is normally a very talkative, productive, leading the conversation kind of player. But it's also day 0, and so like number one, like I don't really care that much. Other than like the Julian Mana read, there's not that many stuff day 0 I really care about.
I'd say my Una read's pretty strong as well.
Sure,
I can say that Una's probably town.
I can agree with that. I mean, again, most of my day 0 reads are off of like the mannerisms kind of stuff, which I'm like admittedly not that great at, but that's how I feel about it right now.
I'm also inclined to be suspicious of Julius, or I just want to put that idea out there only because the games that Julius has been Mafia, he's almost seemed more helpful than like he's almost seemed the most town when he's Mafia.
Yeah, I agree with that actually.
And something to keep in mind, guys, is if Julius starts to lead like the conversation like during the day, be mindful of, I guess, the way he directs the conversation away from people and to people, because that's how he plays Mafia. But just saying, he could be town. But I don't have a read on him right now. But
I think I try to play Mafia in town the same way. But
yeah,
same.
Also saying that openly to him kind of puts him on alert, and maybe he won't do that. I don't know if that was the best thing to say to the group.
that's fine. That's a pretty towny thing of Julian to say.
I don't know about that.
So Julian, who's your top town?
I could put Una and maybe Varun. Those maybe like Una for sure. Varun probably my highest like mid-tier town. My Mafia would be Joel and you. Between Joel, you, Roman, and Christian.
Why Joel?
And I have I have neutral.
Hey, who seconded my formal, by the way?
I did.
Julius.
Also, FYI, the time for the formal is up. Are we going to push to vote?
It was me, right? Yeah, I pushed to vote.
Okay, Christian, you have 10 seconds. Just say whatever you want.
Okay. I mean, I'm not Mafia. As we know from the last 2 games that we played, like I'm really quiet day 0 to begin with, but I mean, I'm also eating, so there's that. I'm not good at day 0 pressure, so I don't like to talk. Anyway, and if that makes me suspicious, then that's what it is. Don't lynch me because I'm town.
Okay, with 9 people playing, it'll take 5 people to kill Christian. If you want to vote for him, put your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, with 2, that's not enough. The day continues.
Okay, I don't think Christian's a power role.
You do not?
No.
Well, obviously, you would think he's Mafia if you're trying to.
Yeah, Julian, I'm curious. Why do you say that?
Because your defense is not like it's not your power role defense.
It was definitely weaker than yesterday night when you were cocked. When you had more of like an affirmative like argument.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm not true. I'm not claiming power roll. I'm just saying like part of the reason why my top defense from yesterday was because I was like really mad that it ended up on me before day 3, obviously. So I had to hard claim cop like a day early. I think just speaking to my personal game, like I think that specific formal, I had a really hard defense because of that. Because of like I had to hard claim early rather than that's my power roll defense. At least that's the way I see it.
I also think Christian started out the day, which I guess he does some days, like completely just like fine with wasting time.
Yeah, I want to know who brought up the whole like fantasy league and who.
Oh, but that's.
It came up
I
through
don't think that's yeah. But that was a conversation that started before like the game started, so I don't really like put that as far as like a. Okay, I want to hear from Min. I guess like who do you find? Just you don't have to name everyone, but who's your most Mafia and your most town right now? Like who's your Mafia right now?
Like people are saying it's kind of hard to put a read on in day 0. Kind of like based off of actions like subsequent days, but I have no particular read. And also because I haven't really gotten used to everyone's playing style yet, so I can't really comment.
How about you, Jordan? What do you think? Because I mean, you played a couple times since me, obviously, so you know
Well,
less.
I was before I give my stuff. I wanted to know why you put Joel in your top two.
Because, well, I put Joel in my top two because I have a couple of hard reads for town. A couple of them I'm not revealing right now, but like Joel is not one of those people. But mostly from process of elimination, there isn't anything that I find very suspicious about Joel. But he's the least town from that. From that.
Really? Because I feel like Joel is town.
I would agree with Julian. I think Joel looks pretty different from how he normally looks.
Is it his eyes?
No. I don't think anything about the way he's playing right now is.
Maybe you should just wear sunglasses, Joel.
No.
Like,
I don't want to take away from that. What I'm saying is, it's like, like he's the like from process of elimination, like he's of the four or whatever that I mentioned that are probably Mafia.
I just want to say, okay, so I'm not suspicious, so my non-suspicion makes me suspicious.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I think
that's
Joel
possible.
is one of my top towns.
Okay, but go back to Jordan.
Yeah.
Mafia right there was like,
I want to go back to Jordan real quick.
like that is Joel's. I'm still town face.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, I want to go back to Jordan real quick. Jordan.
That's pretty much what I was gonna bring up on Joel, which is why I asked you why you put him in your top, because my take on Joel is he's pretty town. Every accusation that you guys have on him, like, oh, he might be Mafia, he acts exactly the same way every time you say that. And
He hasn't brought up his BS
I
form.
feel like whenever he is going to be Mafia, like he's gonna have a different reaction to your accusations.
Because he's never been Mafia, right?
Right. And
Okay,
so,
I can believe that. Yeah.
So that's my take on Joel. Una.
I agree.
Wait, but before everyone else is quick to jump on that, so you say you're defending Joel, like you have a hard like town claim on Joel?
Yes.
Okay, just keep in mind, guys, that that's a link between Joel and Jordan, just in case they're both Mafia.
Hey, also, the moment passed, but I was gonna say I agree with the way you did your reads, at least in the process of elimination, like top half, bottom half kind of thing. But I definitely, like I said earlier, Joel is in my top town reads.
Jordan, who's your two Mafia right now? If you had to pick two, it's day zero. It's day one. We know it's not like very weighty, but like if you had to pick,
my top is just due to.
Is who?
Like no, due to no reads is like Roman and Varun. I have nothing on them. I was gonna continue and say that Min, from the time I played with him before, I feel like he's analyzing everybody day zero. He's looking for any clues. Like I think he's pretty engaged in that sense, even though he's not talking. Like I could see him, his eyes are darting around a little bit, looking at everybody.
Can I formal a 10-minute overtime? Anybody want to second that? It's just
I second it.
Okay,
What
I
does that
guess
mean?
there's 10
And then
minutes
now we
extra.
no. We have to
We have
vote on
to,
it.
we have to vote on it.
Oh, okay, just kidding. If you'd like to have an extra 10 minutes on today, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1. Okay, 10 more minutes.
Varun just wants to go to sleep.
Okay, Jordan brought up an interesting point about Min. I don't want to lynch Min early on because if I remember correctly, well, he was cop the game that I played with him, but if I remember correctly, he had some good stuff to say later on in the game.
I agree.
Yeah, that's kind of why I want to see what else he has after.
I don't have a read on him, but based on like what he could potentially provide for us.
Anyways, on to on Christian. I don't know. He's doing his typical. I agree with everything. So I don't really.
Let's see how he acts after he's done with that pork chop.
I just finished that.
I think he's like wiping his mouth and everything.
Where do you put Christian on your town Mafia list, Jordan?
Okay, so I guess ranking, I would put Julian and Joel. Well, Joel, then Julian, on my top town. Then I'd probably put Min and Una in the next, and then you and Christian are tied in the next tier, and then Roman and Varun are my bottom. Just cause I don't. It's been a while. I don't know your game. I'm trying to get some good reads on you, Julius. I don't know exactly where to place you just yet. You have been engaged with town. You've been giving your own stuff. I think he wants water. And yeah, so I'm not sure yet.
So you put him somewhere like you put Christian in the middle.
In the middle, yeah. And then
How about Una? How about Una? Like, who's your top Mafia right now?
Mafia, I'm suspicious of Varun, Christian, Roman, and Jordan. I have a good feeling about Joel. Min, I think I've only played with him once, but I mean, he was playing the same way, and you know, he's engaged. Julian.
Where is that?
Right, Una, right?
That's Una's cop claim.
That's Una's cop claim.
Wait, what?
Never
sirens.
fails.
We can hear your sirens.
Oh, I have my window open. Sorry.
There's always sirens. Every game.
There's always sirens. It's downtown.
Yeah, I'm hard reading Una Town, by the way.
Una, what did you say about Julian again?
So, but my bottom four would be
Varun, Roman, Christian, Jordan.
and Jordan.
Yeah. Joel, who's your top Mafia, Joel?
I kind of have the same suspicions. Varun, Min, and Roman for me, though. I've only played with Min once, and I remember he was the cop, and it was pretty quiet then. But you know, I just it's kind of not really a read from him. It's just more of through process of elimination. So, yeah, that's
Okay. And now, Varun, what are your reads?
So I'm getting a town vibe from Una, as well as Julian. I'm a little suspicious of Julius and Roman. I can't really say why because haven't really played with them a whole lot before, but that's just the vibe I'm getting at the moment.
Julius, what is your read on Roman?
Let's see. So originally very suspicious of Roman just for the sake of him not paying attention at the start of the day for all the reasons stated in previous games. But I would actually consider changing it, although Roman hasn't really said anything. I feel like he's been a lot more engaged, and he's. I mean, he seems relaxed, but he's also could possibly be playing Quiet Mafia, which he has in the past.
What about Una?
I think Una's my.
Sorry about that.
I think Una's my top town. I'll ride with Una like 100%.
And Christian?
Christian, I think is pretty scummy. I think he was perfectly fine wasting time at the beginning of the day, and whether or not it had something to do with what he said in group chat before the start of the day, or if he was eating, which both of those are related. But he was perfectly fine in wasting the day, perfectly fine hiding behind eating and not contributing, talking about fantasy football. He also was like one of the only two people who didn't vote on extending time, which it would be in Mafia's best interest to just let time run out. So he didn't vote on that, along with Varun.
Okay, can I respond to that?
But that could be like that. I don't find that like to be.
Can I respond to that?
Mafia.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah. So I was gonna say, so the number one reason why I don't like, I didn't vote to extend time is because I really don't like day one. As I said before, I don't like day one reads because it's all off of like gut feeling, and I don't personally trust myself on that.
Wait, Christian, I got something really important. Julius, can you read Jordan and Joel for me, please?
Okay, sure.
Like I said, I originally called Joel Mafia just to get his response, and he did what I feel is his town response.
Yeah. Oh, what about Jordan? What about Jordan? You don't have to...
Jordan, I'm reading as town.
Okay, so why was your read on Roman suspiciously slower and like more and then compared to how quickly you responded for everyone else?
It was just mostly because of the way I have my list. And originally on my list I had Roman as scummy for the reasons that I stated, where he he wasn't paying attention at the beginning of the game. But the reason why I'm changing my tune on Roman is because almost everybody has Roman on their Mafia list. Then as I was about to say that, I just realized that, Roman, Min, and Varun are probably on everybody's Mafia list because they haven't said anything. But it is suspicious that Roman would appear on everybody's Mafia list, even though he hasn't really said anything.
But Roman did vote to extend time, whereas
That's true.
Varun.
Speaking of which, I did want to bring that up, so I'm glad you did. My question was towards Joel because you didn't initially vote and then put your hand up late.
Yeah, because I wasn't completely aware of what was going on.
For who? For what?
For extending time.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going on, so I didn't want to vote for something that maybe wouldn't be in the town's best interest. That's all.
Can I ask Varun who you're most suspicious of? Oh, you said me and Roman, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. And the reason I didn't vote to extend time is because late.
I gotcha. No, I figured that before.
And I didn't think we would gain a whole lot from 10 more minutes, and I don't know if we have.
Wait, so Varun, can you explain why Julius and Roman are your Mafia reads? Is it just process of elimination type thing? Or?
Mostly process of elimination. I don't suspect Julian, Una. I don't think Jordan, based on the last time I played with him. Christian, I'm not that sure about, but he might be a power role. I'm not sure. Min, I don't have any really good read on it yet so far either. So it's kind of process of elimination, I think.
Wait, so you think I could be a power role?
I'm sorry?
You think I could be a power role?
I think you could be.
Okay. I just think that's interesting because Julian said it was a read earlier that I wasn't a power role. So just
I don't think Chris is a power role, but
okay. Sorry, I didn't know if I cut you off.
Now that more time has passed, do you have people on your Mafia or your town list?
Well, it seems the only person where I have any suspicion of Mafia is Joel. Because his, like what Jordan says, his reluctance to raise his hand to extend time. Ruben, I can understand why he wouldn't want to raise his hand because he wants to go to bed. That's my only read for now.
I just don't want people to overestimate the not vote to extend time as a Mafia read, because the idea that time during the day is correlated to pro town might not resonate with people who are still town, who are actually town. They don't might not understand that concept. And even if I played Mafia, it wouldn't be a big deal to have another 10 minutes because I could spend that time dissuading people or whatnot. So,
that's true.
Yeah, and I mean, I've never played a game where that has happened, so I wasn't quite certain what was being voted on.
Roman, just for time reasons. I formal Roman.
I second.
Roman, I'm formaling you just because you haven't said anything at all.
The reason why
left in the day.
The reason why I'm not talking is because I'm just reading everybody as they're speaking. But I've been ready.
Okay, so what are your reads?
My town reads are Una, Teen, and Min. I don't have a read on Varun because I haven't played with him, or if I did, I honestly don't remember him, so I have nothing really on him. My Mafia is Jordan, Joel. I was suspicious of Julius and Julian, but my suspicion of Julian has gone down, so I'm actually going to move him to unknown. And then Julius, I was suspicious of you because your town reads, your town play, and your Mafia play is very similar. And from the last time I remember playing Mafia with you, it was a 1-on-1, and you do tend to lead the conversation. That's why I was I was trying not to. I'm just trying to read you more, but my suspicion has gone down a little bit, but it's still there on you. So right now, my solid town is Una, Teen, and Min. My top two Mafia are Jordan and Joel.
Okay, I agree with that. I also, I think that Roman's Vanilla Town. I actually don't have a power roll read on Roman.
I will agree to the suspecting Jordan. I still think Joel is Town. I think Christian, I'm starting to believe he's Town only because he's not as like fidgety. But
I think Jordan was really quick to defend Joel.
and Joel was also quick to defend Jordan, but
Jordan's really quick to defend Joel, and we do this like thing where we were like, oh, Joel's suspicious this game. Like every single game, like it's almost a thing, right? And for some reason, like Joel.
But I'm not suspicious of Joel. Like I feel like he's reacting the same way.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's never like been Mafia before, then you don't necessarily know how he would react.
That's true. We've never seen his Mafia reaction.
That's exactly my play on Joel.
I feel like that's the same argument you could say every single game, and then
until he becomes Mafia.
Until he's actually Mafia.
Yeah. Not me.
Did the clock stop, or we still have?
I mean, it's still going.
Formal.
Yeah, we got a formal for 5 more, or for
a couple more minutes.
3 more minutes. Yeah, 2, whatever.
But if you do think that Joel is like Mafia and that you think he's gonna act differently, just keep putting the heat on him because.
I don't think he'll act differently because he's never in Mafia, and so it makes sense to just play it the same way and get reads and see how it goes. And then as he plays longer or lives longer in the day, you'll probably see some subtle changes. But so, I mean, as of right now, I really can't. I have to go that his Mafia play would be his Town play.
Keep a close eye on me. I don't mind.
Yeah. Hey, Una, you mentioned briefly saying that you moved somebody off your Mafia list or something. Can you just give a revised Mafia list for you?
Yeah, so number 1 for me would be either Varun or Jordan, and then actually Varun and Jordan would probably be my.
Okay, so you took Roman and Christian off your Mafia list?
Christian I moved down just because like he's not as fidgety as he would be.
Okay, that's what you said.
Yeah.
But I think that Christian's Mafia tell won't show up until like day 2 or 3.
I'm just saying that's just how I'm observing.
That's fair.
How
about Joel? Who's your updated Mafia list?
As it stands right now, I would have to say probably Roman and Varun for me. Although I'm kind of wavering on Varun a little bit because he has a Town read on me, which I'm inclined to agree with. So I would probably say Roman first and then Varun second. And then kind of after that, it kind of gets to middling, toss-ups and then Town reads.
I'm only asking because you guys are my top 2 Town. Julian, real quick, what's your updated Mafia list?
Okay, yeah, Roman's off my Mafia list. I'm actively watching Christian and Min. My current Mafia is between there's either 2 worlds where it's either Jordan and Joel or it's you and Varun. And my absolute hard towns are Una and Roman. And I think they're both vanilla. Yes, and I think they're both Vanilla Town as well.
Okay,
I don't think. Oh yeah, go ahead.
The formal is over. Do we push the vote or do you want to rescind?
We'll push the vote.
Okay, so we're gonna vote on Roman. If you want to kill Roman right now, it'll take 5 of y'all to do it. So raise your hand.
I don't get 10 seconds?
Oh yeah, give your 10 seconds. Go ahead.
10 seconds.
This guy wants to stay alive.
The only reason why I seem to be formal is because I wasn't talkative, and I already said I wasn't talkative because I was watching everybody else talk and getting reads. I gave you my reads. So I actually wanted to push the vote like at the 3-minute mark just to save some time, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I got some more. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, so if you want to kill Roman, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, go. That's none. The day continues.
Well, there we go.
Let's go, Roman.
Hey, Jordan, why didn't you vote on Roman? your mic's not working for real this time. Joel, tell him.
Yeah. Your mic
You won't believe me.
Your mic is in fact not working.
Because after his reads and everything that he gave, even though he was suspicious of myself and Joel, I don't agree with that, but I do agree with his town reads, and it just made me feel like he was more town, so that threw suspicion off of him.
Even though he said that you were his top mafia?
Yes.
That would stand to reason, because why would he hang him if he thinks, if Roman thought that Jordan was mafia, wouldn't he want to, try to get him gone?
But Jordan, are you saying that you don't think Roman's mafia anymore?
No, I don't. What?
So if Roman is not mafia for you, who do you think would?
Well, who
did you replace him with?
I'm still suspicious of Varun. I'm not so sure. See, my bottom was Varun, Roman, and then Christian and Julian.
Okay, there's only 2 minutes left in the day. This will be like a guaranteed formal. And then if we don't vote on someone here, then there's a 0 to 2 random formals after that.
So, and then after those, then it would be you and Min. So my top are still Julian and Joel. Now that it's thrown off of Roman for me, I'm still most suspicious of Varun, and then next in line would be Julius and Christian.
Okay. So since everyone is kind of suspicious of Varun, should we...
A formal Varun.
Second.
Okay, there's a formal on Varun.
Well, so initially I was suspicious of Roman and Julius, but it seemed like after Roman gave us a lot of good points, I thought less of him. I'm still not sure about Julius, but it's my first time playing with him, so it's hard for me to say. It's more process of elimination. I was less suspicious of Jordan before, but maybe a little bit more now. I think he's moving up on my list as well. Still think Julian and Una are town. Not too sure about Min. And I'm pretty sure Christian is town as well.
Can you elaborate on Min? Or is it just a feeling?
This mostly just a feeling. I mean, I feel like he was really quiet. Day 0, he said a few things, but I actually haven't heard from him in a little while, so I'm not sure who he thinks is suspicious or not.
Right.
Min,
So
you want to say who? You want to answer him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have any good leads on anyone who might be Mafia.
Who do you like? Who do you think is good town?
Town, probably Una, Christian, Roman. Those are my top 4. And myself.
Of course.
I think after you spoke, Varun, after you gave those reads, I feel like you might be more inclined to being a power role than Mafia. But...
I can agree with that.
And then after that argument, Min, I'm sorry, but I think you moved on to Mafia for me.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
I miss him.
The thing is, my thing about Min is that I feel like just the way he played cop, the one other game that we played with him, I think he's a very logic kind of based player rather than mannerism reads. So until we get more votes, or if somebody dies and we have a for sure this guy was town because he died in the night kind of thing, I think Min will become a stronger town.
Okay, who likes Varun?
I like Varun.
I like Varun as a person.
I like him in real life.
Like as a mafia or
As a mafia, that's what I meant. I'm sorry,
Oh,
it's not personal or anything.
So who doesn't like him?
Who
invited
hates that
him?
guy?
No, Varun
I'm
was
fifth.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
si-
Like, someone come out right now. Do you like Varun right now? Anyone?
for Mafia.
I liked his response, but Varun was still in my bottom 4.
Okay.
As I said earlier.
Yeah, no. Who likes Varun as a townsperson?
oh,
That's answering your question, man.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
I used a double negative the first time. That's why. Sorry, I'm being more clear. Who likes Varun as a townsperson? Because from my perspective, it seems like everyone thinks he's mafia.
I switched. I vocally said that after his response that I'm leaning towards something else.
Una and Christian think he might be a power role.
I don't see that.
I don't see that.
Okay, when did you
I
say
said
that?
no. I said I agree with Una's logic, but I'm hesitant to actually like
Well, you
put
just
him
said
in
you
like
agree.
Okay, do you think
on my
Varun
list,
is a
I'm not
safe
claiming
lynch?
him as a power role.
What I'm
But
asking
I
is, do you think
understand-
Varun is a safe lynch? If everyone here seems to think that Varun is at least somewhat suspicious, then as a town, we can lynch him safely. Is that?
I disagree. I think the fact that literally nobody likes Varun makes him more towny in my eyes.
Okay? But see, in my mind, if Varun's a mafia member, his partner would be you, Julius. So does anyone else like Varun?
Actually,
like my top one.
after all
Varun,
that,
I am Varun's top suspicion, and I just said Varun is probably the most likely town because literally nobody likes him. If he were Mafia, there would be at least some sort of push to at least make him seem a little more towny, even though he's not saying anything from anybody else. But he's literally on everybody's Mafia list. Same thing with Roman.
and if Varun is Mafia, his partner, well, I had to suspicious towards Una because nobody else read really
Yeah, but
Down
Una's
on-
100% town.
any time.
I mean, that's.
I have read 100% down, but I mean, after that, I don't know. It's just that
I don't know.
everybody else seemed to have him as Mafia.
I don't know if what Julia just said about Una makes him more suspicious to me because I had Una as 100% town as well.
Okay, this formal is over. Whoever did the formal, do you want to push to vote?
I pushed
Or do
the
you
vote.
res- Okay, so there's a push to vote, Varun. You have 10 seconds to say a little ditty about yourself, and then we'll have the vote.
A little ditty.
Well, I mean, it sounds like a lot of people are a little bit suspicious of me, but nobody's very suspicious. It seems like you're just trying to find someone to take out, and I don't think it should be me.
Okay, with 9 people alive, you would need 5 to kill Varun. So if you would want to kill Varun, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, go. With 4, that is not enough to kill Varun. The day continues.
Christian, why are
Is it
you vote on
RNG?
that vote?
Or
Christian,
Oh,
yeah,
this
why
is
you
still
vote on
just part of the regular.
oh, okay.
Oh,
That extra 2 minutes.
okay, we have one more. Okay, Roman, what do you say about me?
Why were you late on that vote? We had 3 hands up, and then your hand came in the last second.
Oh, I don't know if I didn't feel late.
It didn't look late.
It looked
Oh.
late on my screen. Okay, time I just.
Okay, I don't know.
Did y'all just vote because you needed, like, you felt like you wanted to kill somebody off, or
Well,
Mine's
yeah.
a
Okay, so
50-50 vote.
I was
That's what it feels like to me.
I don't like anyone I can't read.
yeah, I
can't
agree with
read
what
Varun.
Julian said earlier.
I can't read Varun, and I mentioned he's like in the middle of the pack for like everyone's Mafia.
I can see both sides of the disagreement between Julian and Julius as far as Varun being a safe lynch, but I also agree with I don't like the whole like unproductive town to me.
I follow Christian for time.
He has immunity.
Second.
Joel, why didn't you vote on Varun?
Well,
Oh, wait, I thought weren't we supposed to have 2 minutes?
We already had that 2 minutes,
Okay.
and in that
That's
2
true, that's
minutes, Varun got formaled.
okay. Well,
But there should be another 2 minutes.
it's okay. Keep going.
Okay, sure, yeah.
okay. So to answer your
We get 1
question,
minute.
you raise an interesting point about if he's on everybody's suspicion list. That kind of gives some credence to maybe, or that the 2 Mafia are wanting him gone as well.
Well, what I'm saying is that if Varun was Mafia, his Mafia partner would at least stand up for him somehow.
And that's what I'm saying.
I
So
think Mafia
like-
would want him there.
Right. I mean, I don't know. It just seems silly in a 2 Mafia game for one Mafia partner to like throw his Mafia partner under the bus like so
Yeah.
early on in the game.
yeah, so that makes sense to me, and that's kind of why that's not kind of why. That's exactly why I didn't vote.
I didn't vote for that reason, and because I think he's not Mafia.
Okay, I agree with what you guys are saying.
So
I'm still unsure.
That's why I'm just wondering if y'all voted for him because you thought he was Mafia, or if you voted for him because you wanted to just like find somebody to vote off.
I voted because I was still 50-50. And I'll take those. And everybody seemed kind of suspicious of him. So
I'm still 50-50, but I see Joel and Una's logic for not voting for him.
I don't see it, but that's cool.
I mean,
This is our final 40 seconds, by the way, guys.
I kind of, I see both sides, but then based off of like yesterday's critiques, like if the whole town is suspicious of someone, I don't necessarily think that makes them the most town. Like,
Yeah.
you said it yourself yesterday. I mean, if we're going to lynch somebody and everybody's suspicious of that person, then like, why wouldn't we?
This is gonna seem really strange. I formal Jordan for time.
Okay.
We got 4 seconds. But that's fine.
Second.
Okay, there's a formal on Jordan.
Jordan, 1, I formaled you for time, and 2, you're like not really on anybody's Mafia list, and you've been just as quiet as Varun, and everybody.
He's on my list.
He's on my list.
He's now on my list.
Because he voted on you. But earlier, when we were going through the Mafia and town lists, and I wrote down everybody's, Jordan was only on the list of
He was on my list.
Una and Roman.
It's on my list.
No, he was on my list.
Oh, was he? Okay, I'm
I said
sorry.
there's in my world.
It's either
Oh,
There are
because you
two
were
Mafia.
Jordan and Joel, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Jordan and Joel connection
Yeah.
here.
So Jordan was just as quiet as Varun and Min, but everybody seemed to have given him a pass just because they thought he had a bad day, which was brought up by Joel. So originally I wasn't very suspicious of Joel and Joel. Originally I wasn't very suspicious of them too, and then Julian kind of brought it up and then kind of brought attention to it. So that's why I formal Jordan. Most of the time's yours, I guess.
Do you want to know my current reads?
Sure.
Okay. I'm not 100% sold on Varun. So he's still on my Mafia list. You raised up the issue of everybody's suspicious of Varun. Why wouldn't their Mafia person like stick up for them? And then that did bring to my mind that Una said like, oh hey, no, I think he's town. And even expressed he might be a power role even, and so that aligned both of them. Initially I read Una as town, but I mean, after that I'm a little bit more suspicious of Una, strictly based off of that alliance and your comments. Because while I saw both sides to it, I still think that everybody's suspicious. We should do something about that. But you said, well, they're going to align each other, and then she did after she reiterated that fact after you said your statements. So that brought Una back to my Mafia list. Roman is still pretty town for me. I brought him back up when I previously gave my reads. Julian's my top town. I haven't heard as much from Christian in a while, so he's in the middle of my pack. Min still doing Min things. I want to hear from him later. And so, Julius, you're in the middle. I do like how you're analyzing things, so I feel it's being a little bit more towny. And then I still have Joel as town.
I think after that, formal Jordan, I would suspect to say that you and Roman are Mafia.
Actually, I have Jordan as a possible Mafia, and I haven't decreased him any because he did say something. When somebody said Mafia, I noticed he gave like a little look or something, and it was very slight.
Was
I
it to
noticed
Joel?
that. I don't know if I don't know. I don't realize it, but I saw it, and so
Dude,
that
Roman is playing
suspicion
super
was,
try hard this game. I like it. Like Roman is
so
playing super try hard this game, and then that makes
I
me
have him. I
I
have
have the same read,
Jordan
Julian.
as my
Agreed.
Mafia. I moved Una to 50-50 just because her defense of her room when everybody had him Mafia. Suspicion is off Julian and Julius, and I still got Tian and Neen as town.
Dude, Roman, if you decided to play super try hard as a front for your Mafia game, for the one
Oh
game you
my
played super
God.
try hard, dude, that would be some next level like mind games, dude.
I will say
I
that
find
it's,
you to be like one of the most town people in this game, dude. Like,
no, I
Yeah.
think that after
All I
think
gotta say is if I'm town, Mafia's probably gonna kill me, so I'm just gonna get all my reads out right now.
I think
Oh my
that
God.
Roman and Jordan aligned themselves with this Varun thing because the fact that Varun was like really suspicious, like everybody called him out at the beginning. It's very easy for the Mafia to like feed into that and just totally like jump on that wagon and try to get Varun lynched. But the fact that like he had such good reads and that he was trying to get things accomplished, even though he is tired and he is trying to like hurry up the game, like does show that he's trying to have some effort. And I think it's just calling out that he's town. And I think he's just a very easy target. The fact that Jordan and Roman like aligned themselves, that Varun was Mafia, and the fact that y'all think that I'm Mafia too, which is kind of
It's
ridiculous.
the way you're defending Varun when
So-
everybody had him pegged as Mafia. You're
But
the
Okay.
that's why
first
it's
to come
so
out.
easy. That's why it's
I think that's
easy
time.
to know that.
The formal is over. Are we going to push the vote?
I pushed the vote.
Okay.
Second.
So there's a vote for Jordan. You can have a little 10 seconds and then we'll do the vote.
I mean, I am less suspicious of Roman, but Roman is suspicious of me. I don't really think that aligns us based off of also what Julius was saying about how, why would we, like, if both of us were Mafia, why would one of us throw each other under the bus? I still think that the heavy defense on Varun, and you're trying to backfire it on us, to get everyone to say, like, no, we're actually town, and they're the Mafia. I think that's a little bit more than 10 seconds, but I'm town.
Okay, if you want to vote on Jordan,
Jordan.
if you want to vote on Jordan, we need 5 to kill him. Raise your hand in 3, 2, 1, go. And that's 5. Jordan, you die. Go to sleep. If you have a roll in the night, please send me your checks or saves or kills. Okay, everybody wake up. In the middle of the night, Julian, you die.
Hmm.
Okay. So as I like to start day 2, I'm gonna give my reads again. As I normally start day 2s, but Julian was in my top half. I had a town read on him for sure.
Yep.
Una is still town for me. Roman is town. Switching from like my bottom half for Joel, and that's not necessarily because I totally believed in the Jordan Joel kind of like a thing, like connection that some people were talking about. But it's just that I'm not. I feel like he's a vanilla town. Like He's just in my bottom half. I think Julius.
Who was that last one? Who was that last one?
Joel, I was talking about. Julius to me is like either is a power roll or a mafia. I don't think Julius is vanilla. I think. Oh man, I'm not sure. I didn't really have a power roll read on Julian, but I don't have a power roll read on Min or Varun. So
I had a power roll on Julian.
You had the power roll read on Julian. Yeah, so
who were your top mafia, Christian?
My
top. Who did you say?
Okay, so I said, Julius, you are either you're a power roll or you're mafia, but you're not vanilla. Una to me is town, so my top. See, I don't like to say like top mafia, but my like least town is between Min, Varun, and Joel. So I'm not sure if like I said, I didn't have a power roll read on Julian. I could be wrong because it's still really early. It's kind of hard for me to read Julian for power rolls. And I don't think Roman is a power roll. I think he's vanilla. I agree with Julian's read on that as well. He said that. How do you guys feel about those?
Oh, real quick, before we get too far, I guess, who voted on Jordan? Can you raise your hand if you voted on Jordan?
I did. I think Julian did.
And Julian did as well.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry. I knew.
So, I think I'm gonna. I feel like I'm gonna ride or die, pretty much the rest of the game with Una and Roman as town. Again, I really believed like what Julian said about
Can you
Roman.
tell me again why you think Una's town? Because I still have her on my mafia list.
You still had her on. So
but I have you on my town list.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Her Mafia game from the other day was like way different, and so some people like noticed that earlier in the day, and the people that were noticing that were the people I had as town. Not saying that like makes it like totally believable, but like that's kind of like the gut feeling I'm gonna agree with as well.
Where is Una on your list, Roman?
Mafia. My two Mafia are Una and Joel.
When did that happen?
Varun 50-50. I never took Joel off my
Well,
Mafia.
because originally you said Una was one of your top town.
Yes, it's the defense of Varun. That when she was the only one that came out, and everybody had him pretty much a Mafia read on him. And
But if I'm Mafia, how come you don't think Varun is Mafia? You think Jordan?
no, I have a 50.
Doesn't really add up to me, yeah.
I have a 50-50 on him, and I voted for him because I believed I got strong enough that for the 50-50 that he was Mafia. To me, those were good odds.
Well, I think you're Mafia, so.
Well, I'm not, so.
Una, what's your read on Min? Do you think he's just what's your read on Min?
Like, I really can't recall like my last game with him because I think it's been a while, but he's just very quiet. I mean, he had some good input at the beginning when we confronted him, but
okay.
I'm actually just waiting like today to see what he says.
If I can interject, I was gonna say, and I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm really looking forward to hearing Min like day 3, because I think that's when he really shines like late game. And then
if he's a power roll,
yeah,
maybe. Una, would you be able to explain why you think Roman is suspicious to you still? Just
Like
elaborate more.
why I think he
Yeah,
is
why do you have Roman on your list?
same reason like from the night before. Like the whole I think when I switched my mind that Varun was not Mafia after his formal, I think Jordan and Roman were quick to jump on that and push to vote on Varun to get him off. And I think that was just a way that the Mafia was trying to like hurry up and vote somebody off since all of the suspicion was high. But I like honestly I didn't believe that Varun was Mafia. So that's
Okay.
why.
Okay.
But if the
That's-
suspicion was high on Varun, it makes sense for Mafia to keep him.
Okay.
So what I was gonna say is because that read really throws me off because, like I said, like Una and Roman are like my towniest people. So
Okay.
you get along, so you guys get along, so I don't have to freak out.
All right.
But I mean, like, I have played with Roman before. Like, we were partners, like as Mafia, like a couple of games ago, and like I know for a fact he's not acting like he did before, but he is acting different. Like, you know, the lights are on. He's more engaged. He's like taking notes. He's like actively participating. He's, you know, like there's a lot of things. So I'm not sure if this is like his attempt to try and change up his game or.
Sure. I
know.
I can agree with you. To me, all those things make him more towny, is why.
Okay.
I don't know. After all of this like chaos from previous games, I have no
I'm sorry.
idea. Like,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can somebody else explain, I guess, Una's reasoning for Varun? Like, why she did? Because I feel like somebody else was trying to explain it before. And I'm probably more likely to take it, not be biased against it if somebody else kind of explains it to me.
Okay. So, like, if Varun is town, right, and everybody wants to keep him, right, that means that whoever's Mafia, and originally everybody was here, so that would mean both Mafia wanted him gone, right? So why would the Mafia want him gone? If for nothing else, that hey, it's a free town kill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
I get that point, but
Oh,
also,
okay.
like, if people were suspicious
Mhm.
of him, why would Mafia not keep him? Because that would get suspicion off them.
Because if they could get a kill, that's even better.
yeah.
And if they could kill him in the
gotta-
day, right? Then they
you
can.
gotta- Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, if you kill him in the day, right? Then they know that. Then it's up in the air, like, oh, he could be town or he could be Mafia. So then they could, you know, kind of say, oh no, there's only one Mafia, right? So then that even gives them another advantage on top of getting 2 kills in a night.
In my mind, I think it's better to have a suspicion person than because it keeps.
Yeah.
You can always throw it on
so-
them.
So I might be wrong on this, but this is
They're
kind
both
of
good
like going back
logical
to
reasons. I mean, they're both
what Julian and Julius were talking about, where Julius disagreed, and this I said yesterday that like I could see both sides, where nobody had him like Julian was asking like who really likes Varun, right? And so Julius disagreed, where basically if Varun was Mafia, like there would at least be somebody trying to get him not that lynched. So since nobody like really like came to his side, I mean, because if one person came out, then that's really kind of sus. But like, if there weren't at least like 2 people or more, then like, and that's like a different situation. But the idea is that like, since he's not immediately liked by anybody, that would make him more talented. Did I understand that right, Julius?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And since we know the fact that Julian was town, do you have his reads still, Julius? Because you wrote them all down.
Julian thought Una and Varun were town, and he had Joel and Jordan as his Mafia pair, and then me and Christian were on his list at some point.
There was a
possible Mafia.
Yeah,
That's
there was a
possible,
point.
possible.
Yeah, there was a point when he said he had moved like kind of me and Varun around. There was originally like Julius and Varun, and then Julius had said that Varun was like on the Mafia side of his list, and so that kind of separated that. But he had linked Jordan and Joel.
His updated list was Christian and Min though.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
town?
Mafia.
Mafia, Christian, and Min?
I think if I can add in something on that, and I mentioned this about like I talked about the whole like unproductive town thing kind of a lot nowadays, but I really think Min does play a really good like quiet productive town. Again, that's like to me, like I don't
Do
even
we hear
feel
from
like.
him?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Min, could you give us your reads? I would really love to hear them.
Sure. So I think Christian for sure is town. Just
Good read.
well, I mean, not because he's trying to save me, but he sounds a lot like a town. Like he's
Okay.
for some reason I think Una might be Mafia. She seems very proactive compared to last time I played with her.
Okay.
More vigilant and
Okay.
when the charges against her. Varun, I don't think is Mafia just because I don't know. He's not playing like Mafia.
Okay.
I'm not sure who the other Mafia is, but it's definitely. I don't think Roman is Mafia. If anything, he's probably Apollo because he's in a one.
Okay. So you think Roman is town?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what do you think of Joel?
Joel. No particular read. If anything, I would steer more on like Mafia. But
Oh, you think I'm Mafia? Okay.
So I still think I had Jordan right when I voted for him. I thought Julian was town as well. For most of the game, I thought Una was town, and I still think she is, but I'm a little bit more suspicious of her after her impassioned defense of me. I still think Julius is higher on my list. Not sure about Min. I don't think Christian is Mafia. Pretty sure he's town. Also pretty confident of Roman being town, given how proactive he's been and what he's doing right now.
Can
I'd
I
like
get your
to
reads,
say-
Julius?
Mine?
Real quick,
Yeah, real quick.
I'd like to say that in my defense, I know that like I might be acting suspicious for y'all, but the fact that I am like so passionately calling out people should suggest that I'm town, because during my Mafia games, I'm not so quick to jump on anybody.
I agree.
And-
I agree.
I agree.
I
Una,
know.
so who are you calling out?
Cool.
Una, who are you calling out?
Like I said, I really thought that Jordan was Mafia, and Roman is still on my suspicious list. And if there is like a world of two and we miss Lynch,
Yeah.
then I think Min might be the other one. So.
Real quick, Min and Christian, what are your thoughts on Jordan? Real fast. Do you think we get him?
Do you want me to go first? Okay. Jordan was in my top half. I didn't vote on him because I wasn't
He was
as
in your top
suspicious.
half. Min,
Yeah.
what was your thoughts on Jordan?
I wasn't suspicious of him as Mafia or anything like that. I thought it was town.
Okay. I guess, Roman, you asked for my reads. Roman, I think you're town. Julian's obviously town, but he's still on my list here or whatever. Una, I think, is super town. Joel, I think, is town. Varun is also town. My top two Mafia right now are Christian and Min.
Christian, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a second person, I think my second would be Min.
All right, I'm gonna form Min.
I second.
So, Roman, you have suspicion of Min being Mafia?
Yeah, I just literally just took him straight from straight town to straight Mafia, and I took off Una.
Okay.
I think it's just easy to hide behind Christian because Christian is so adamant that he's useful. So.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I have a hard.
Can I throw something out real quick?
Go ahead.
So, did anybody else notice, like, as soon as we formaled Min, Christian goes like,
I did do that. So if I can interject real
I
quick,
noticed that too.
the reason why I really, really liked Min's play is because I was Mafia, the game that he was the cop, and like I got wrecked by him. So
No, yeah, I remember that.
yeah,
I
so I just want to say like I'm not trying to sleep on Min right now. So
But I
like
think he was more vocal, a little bit more vocal.
he was more vocal on day 3, and that was because
I think he was
got rolling,
more
that's
vocal.
when-
I think he got more vocal when he got, like, reads, because he was the cop. He got, like, actual information, and so he got more confident because he had actual data. So unless he's the cop, like, he doesn't have, like, definitive answers.
But what if that just means it's vanilla? Like,
Then I
does
want
that
to
make him-
hear what he says.
Yeah, sure, okay.
So you guys would be lynching an innocent person. Personally, I wouldn't mind because I'm on call tomorrow, so I feel
Oh my goodness.
But for the sake of the team, that would be like bad for the townspeople if you lynch me. But
Okay. I'm getting a pretty big town read from him. I don't think he's the guy we're after.
So Min, who would you? So you think it's me and then Jordan?
Well, I don't think he thought it was Jordan, right? That's what I remember.
Right.
yeah, I mean, I didn't like.
So you think Jordan was a
Like,
mismatch?
it's pretty obvious right now that I probably don't have any power role because I don't have any strong leads. But so I mean, I don't want to blindly accuse people. I'm just like for sure. I know that Roman and Una can see eye to eye, so that's the only thing I know of right now. Christian seems very sounds like from the way he's defending me and for the interest of the town. So I know for sure Christian is town. Julius, this is my first time playing with him, so I'm not sure how he acts. If he has a power role, or if he just plays as a town or mafia. So no particular read on Julius either. Varun, I would think he's town. So if I were to pick like a mafia, it would be either Joe or Una. And that's only because some elimination, but no round.
Now, man, just realize I did come to your defense. Like,
You did. So I can only play like Una then.
Yeah.
She accused me, but that's it. That's the only reason why.
This was our first formal, right?
Right. There's still time in the normal day.
Yeah.
And then we still have a guaranteed formal after that. And then
Okay.
RNG formals.
If we don't vote on me, it would be the next formal since you only have 20 seconds.
So, just gonna throw this out there. My reads: Romans Town, Men's Town, Christian's Town.
Can you say that again? Sorry.
Roman, men, and Christian are town.
Okay.
And since I'm having multiple people that are town, yeah. So people who are up in the air would be Una, Varun, and you, Julius. So.
Joel, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
So earlier in the game, I had a not vanilla read on Julius. Do you feel similarly about that? I have either mafia or power roll. Like I don't know. Julius is a very analytical player, and I get that.
I'm not gonna say power roll. He's up in the air.
Okay.
For me. So we'll see.
Okay. And then Una, can I ask you one? I know it's Min's formal, but has anything changed as far as your view on Roman?
I guess. I don't know. Nothing really
Okay.
we haven't talked about the same.
Okay, but I'm just wondering if you just had the same read on him as earlier.
I have a little less suspicion on Roman, but more suspicion on Joel. But just because of your hard claim of Roman, Min, and Christian, when I think that it might, when I was suspicious of Min and Roman. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, no, I am definitely not Mafia because.
Okay. This formal is over. Are we going to push to vote on Min?
I pushed the vote.
Okay. So with 7 of you alive, it'll take 4 to kill Min. If you want to vote for Min to die, raise your hand to the camera. In 3, 2, 1, vote. 2 is not enough. The day continues.
Joel, you're my 50-50, man.
That was close.
If we get a formal in here in 10 seconds, then it extends the day.
Okay.
Formal Joel.
All right.
Okay, there's a formal on Joel. Not GL.
Okay, so lay it on me. What you guys want to know?
Still got you on my mafia list.
Say that again. Okay. Who were the towns? It was me, Roman, and Min?
Yes.
So that would mean that me, Varun, and Julius was his top
and you disagree with what dissuaded you initially about Una?
Me?
Is because she read you as Mafia earlier? Who
I
started?
never read Joel as Mafia until now.
No.
Oh, until
well,
just now.
Didn't we have that Joel Jordan connection earlier as well?
Okay. Okay, fair enough. There's nothing there. I if there was a connection, that would be weird if he was Mafia and I wouldn't be. So I really don't see it. So what else do you guys need to know? Because yeah, I have some pretty strong reads with the 3 people I've listed. Now, I don't know about Jordan being Mafia, and I don't know of the 3 who I don't claim to be Town. I can't tell you. Just going off of just like Roman is playing kind of more serious, and I remember Una was talking about how, or somebody was, maybe not necessarily Una, how like he's playing differently, but he also played Mafia in a similar way that he played Town previously. So this is kind of a brand new Roman for us, and it kind of just seems like Town. And so yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you my reads real quick,
Go.
and because you're kind of like the pivotal point here. So my towns are Min, Una, and Roman.
Okay.
And then the bottom 3 is Joel, Varun, and Julius.
Okay.
What's it called? I wasn't like I didn't vote on Jordan, so I wasn't suspicious of him. So in my brain, I have to live in a world of 2.
Okay.
And I have a non-vanilla read on Julius, either
Okay.
Power Roll or Mafia.
Mafia. Okay.
Right. I think by process of elimination, I have to put Varun as a Mafia. Unfortunately, sorry, Varun.
It's okay.
But do you see how like whether or not I read you as Mafia is like really pivotal because then it shifts it over to Julius.
You're right.
Okay, so that's why I asked you how you felt about Una as well, because she's like one of my town reads.
But I'm also I don't see how you can have me and Varun on different teams when I'm literally the one who swayed the entire town to save Varun.
That's a good point.
But originally, like you were linked, and then you had him suspicious, and then eventually you saved him. So I mean, to me, that's why like I can't tell like which side you're on, Julius. That's why you're kind of in my bottom.
But you're saying me and Varun are on different teams.
No, I'm saying you either to me, Julius, Varun, and Joel are my bottom half.
Okay.
And then I read you as either like on the extremes as Mafia or a Power Roll. So if you're a Power Roll, then like that would be a situation where you and Varun are on different teams.
And what are your reads, Julius?
Roman, I really like you. Una, I think, is my 100% town for this game. Joel started off really towny, became kind of neutral. Min started off really scummy and then kind of became neutral, but still kind of on my scum read. Christian, still super scummy to me. I think he's Mafia, and Varun is also town.
So you think Varun's Town for sure?
Yeah.
And Christian scummy?
Yes.
So
You're the first person I heard say Christian scummy. Am I right? I don't think anyone else.
Don't tell me.
But not as much.
okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Varun. I also think it's kind of strange that nobody else has Christian in their Mafia circle.
That's also a good point because maybe we've overlooked him for so long. I don't know, but I still think he's town.
But this is about Joel, so
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I'm still living in the possible world where it's a Joel Jordan connection.
Okay. All right. There's no Joel Jordan connection.
With the side of Varun and
he got
So,
you.
Joel, do you think were you one of the ones to vote on Jordan or no?
No, he didn't.
I did.
Joel, I feel so
Joel
bad
hasn't
saying
voted on
this.
anybody, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel bad saying this, Joel, but I think after this formal, like you are acting like really different. Because usually, like honest to God, like
I feel like
if you were town, you would have like this air of like, oh my God, like
You have more
God.
urgency.
Okay,
Well, you
this
see,
formal is over.
You got
Are
10
we
seconds,
gonna
bro.
push to vote?
okay.
Push to vote.
Vote.
Okay, so Joel, you get 10 seconds. Go on.
All right. Well, backs against the wall, guys. I am town, and the reason why I'm acting differently is because I actually have some confidence in this. I am a cop, and Roman and Min are on the same team, so I have to say it. And that's why I took Christian as another town. That's why I made the hard claim for town, because he was supporting the other town people. If he was really Mafia, he'd be trying to throw anybody under the bus if he could. So that's why I'm town. So I think we can get at least half of us, more than half, are on town. And so again, my three suspicious people are Una, Julius, and Varun. And if they're so, there you go.
Okay.
Don't kill me.
The hard claim cop. Is that what I
Hard
just
claim cop. Anybody want to counterclaim that?
Counter quickly. Anybody?
If you haven't
No,
met it,
no.
I'll believe it. I'll believe it since you are playing
Okay.
it first. Yeah.
There are 7 people. If you want to kill Joel, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, go.
I was really hoping I would be able to hold this off for one more night. If Med's still alive, please kill my ass.
Yeah, there's a medic. We need to save him.
So we should have 2 minutes then.
Joel.
Okay, so that plays pretty obvious. Anyways, so Roman and Min are on the same team.
Yep.
Why did you check those two, or who did you check first?
I checked Min first, and then Roman was kind of suspicious. Min gave me a town vibe after the second day, and I was trying to see if there was they were on the same side, then it would confirm my suspicion of Roman. The fact that they're both on the same team now, and the fact that Roman thought originally that Min was Mafia, kind of said, well, Mafia wouldn't do that to his fellow teammate. So those two are on the same team, and again, Christian was, hard pressing for Min as well.
What day are we in?
3.
Why do you read Christian as town?
Because, like I said, I would think if we're in a world of one, right, he'd be trying to get anybody. So, yeah, that's kind of more flimsy, admittedly, but that's the reason why I feel that way.
Who else did you check?
Only 2 people.
It's actually only day 2. Someone swayed me to think it's day 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Because we lynched Julian
There's no text on YouTube.
and Julian dead in the night.
Can you explain why you think Christian is town again?
because he was coming to the defense of Min, who I am confirmed town. I
think it's very easy for anybody to defend anybody else. I don't think that's definitively says your alignment. Just throwing that out there.
Fair enough. It's just,
Julian did that as Mafia yesterday and won because of it.
okay.
I guess real fast, Julius, are you saying that you don't believe his cop claim?
I'm just saying I'm still really suspicious of Christian. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
I agree.
A formal Christian.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, there's a
Feels
formal
bad,
on
man.
Christian.
Christian, I think you started the day you started day 1 not really interested in what was going on because you were eating. You are also very content in wasting time. You also didn't vote to extend time. I understand the reasons why you didn't want to, but I thought we were making good progress for day 1, considering how normal day 1s go. A lot more people were contributing, and it seemed like we were running low on time, and you were the only one who felt like, let's just move on into the night. It felt like we had a really productive town going, and then you were the only one who didn't seem that way,
That I'll be.
and so you didn't vote to extend the time.
I mean, sure. I mean, if we're talking about the time thing, I mean, again, like you said, you heard my reasoning behind that, but a lot of the stuff that I take from day 1,
Yeah.
and I agree that we were being really productive, but a lot of that is hard for me to decipher between until we know until I have somebody I can definitely trust. Because for example, if there's a bunch of circles forming day 1, there wasn't any votes until the what was it, the Varun vote, I think. And I didn't really learn anything from that.
So then, what are your reads?
The reason, let me just say, the reason why I didn't vote on the time thing is just because I'd rather get to day 2 where we can talk about this.
You have more information.
Now we have a cop claim, and that means way more to me.
And what's your belief on that cop claim?
I believe it.
True. Believe it.
Especially if Min and Roma, because like I said, you guys were my towns.
And then, so since Joel's the one that said that Una, Julius, and Varun are his mafia, what's your read on them?
Okay, Una's still town for me. Varun, like by process of elimination, is on my bottom. And again, like I said, Julius is probably either the medic or the mafia. And now he's like extra suspicious of me. So
So I was suspicious of Joel until he did the cop claim, and I was pretty confident that Roman and Min were both towns at this point. So I think I believe him as well. I've always thought that Una was town, so I'm down to Julius and Christian here. I think my number one suspicion would be Julius at this point.
Julian, Robert, I like saved your life, man.
Oh,
Okay, all right. And to be fair, though, you said it yourself. Just because you're defending somebody,
I know. That's why I'm laughing. That's why I'm laughing.
All I know is that I believe Joel's.
There's also a difference when like it's literally everybody's like 2 seconds away from voting to kill Varun, and I just jump in and save him, versus Christian just saying, "I like Min."
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, but granted, I've been like I'm not I didn't defend Min once he started getting like formaled. I've been like ride or dying with Min since day one.
You have, yeah. You have.
Like so that's that's not
for the pure fact that he was cop on a previous game was your only reason.
Yeah, no, but sure, but like I'm not too like if he was Mafia, for example, like I wouldn't be too worried about him throwing out like misdirections and stuff like that because
I'm not saying that. Like Roman and Min are probably town now. It seems.
But I think
for sure.
you were the same.
But what I'm saying is that you could easily be Mafia and just trying to pocket Min and trying to get some credit, and everybody thinking Min is town, and then you're just trying to jump on the Min train.
No
Sure,
offense,
but like I believe Min is town, so number one, that's why I didn't want to kill him, and then number two, like I was saying, like if he's a quiet, if he's just like a quiet Mafia, then like I'm not really worried about getting him as the first Mafia or whatever, and I never had that read. And
but I'm worried about you being
I would like to hear him later. So like I've been defending him so like with the like pre-cognizance of like trying to hear his reads, and I totally believe him. See what I mean? Like that's not something I'm making up or trying to like ride the coattails of. Like that's why I've had that allegiance the whole game.
Joel, if you somehow live through the night, who are you going to check next?
Well, it's down to Christian or Julius.
You shouldn't talk about your cop checks.
Yeah, don't. I wouldn't say that.
All right.
But I think
Bad play.
I think.
So yeah, I think if I survive the night, I mean, it's not that it really matters. If I do survive, then we should probably have some nice reveals.
I think it'll be interesting because you'll have like a third comparison.
Right. We're gonna either have a line or an outline.
If you had to kill 2 people, if you don't survive the night, who would you kill?
Kill 2 people.
If there were 2 people still alive.
I don't know.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
The formal's over. Are we gonna push to vote on Christian?
So my thoughts, I think Julius is the Mafia just because.
No.
Well, I know.
Sorry.
I know me a moment
Push the
where
vote.
ignoring people that
Are we pushing to
were
vote?
like strong against me with
There's no more
Julius.
discussing,
And,
Hi,
One
Diana,
side
you're
tries
just,
to
you
talk.
sound so distant.
Yeah, Diana's mic is off. I can hear
Sorry.
you through Julius.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
There's no more discussing.
If the mic is blinking, that means it's turned off.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're pushing to vote with 7 alive. It takes 4 of you to kill Christian. If you'd like to kill Christian, raise your hand to the camera and 3, 2, 1, vote. With 3, that's not enough.
Okay, I like the formal Julius.
Second.
Sorry, it's out of retaliation. I mean, like I said, if I hear the cop claim, then it pushes me like that. I really don't like between the medic or Mafia. Like the fact that I'm getting pressured because I'm town, like pushes me to believe that you're more Mafia and everything I said in my formal. So there's that.
Okay.
So obviously, I guess the very last time we played, the last time we played, it sounds like I was Mafia, and this is how I play. But I'm like I saying, this is how I play almost every game.
I know one of the games you were Mafia.
Right, but what I'm saying is that maybe that was the last time we played, and so it's sticking out in everybody's mind. But every game I basically play this way, and the reason that I played that way as Mafia is because I played that way as Town, and so that's the only reason. So I don't think just because I've been real inquisitive and things like that, you should read me as Mafia or Town. Instead, just read based off of what I've been saying about people as opposed to how I've been playing is what I'm saying. Because my Mafia play and my Town play will be almost exactly the same. So try not to put too much weight into how I'm playing and more so what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is that, Christian, you wasted a ton of time day one. You weren't paying attention at all, and you also didn't extend the time. So I think literally everybody voted except for Varun because he wanted to go to sleep. Everybody else voted to extend the time because I think everybody had a sense that we were having a good Town discussion, that people were giving their reads, people were telling who were their Mafia and who were their Town, which does not usually happen during day one. And I think everybody sensed that. That's why everybody else voted for overtime. And you were the only one who didn't. And I think it'd be a little strange for you not to notice that feeling, even though I know you say, oh, well, generally not a whole lot happens during day one. So I'd rather just go on to day two and not do anything, not even try to do anything productive day one. I think that's a really scummy way to play or a really bad Town play.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't. The distinction being that I don't think we weren't being productive or like things weren't happening. It's just like that kind of like, while we did learn some stuff, like it doesn't hold as much weight to me as far as my decisions. Like my reads, the only thing that changed in the 10 minutes was the change between Roman and Joel. But obviously now that Joel claimed cop, he's just back in my Town.
Yeah, so I think Joel,
just because it doesn't hold weight to me.
I think Joel 100% is cop. Obviously, there's no cop claim. I also think that if Joel was Mafia for the very, very first time ever, it would be super ballsy of him to do a fake cop claim.
I agree.
100% Joel is cop. So I think Min and Roman being the same alignment, we shouldn't do the Christian trap where we automatically assume that they're Town. But I do think that it is a lot more likely that they both are Town, because I feel like Roman is playing a lot more Towny than he normally plays. Min's playing the exact same way, and he was Town last time. But I feel like Min would have the exact same Mafia play where he just wouldn't. He'd be a very quiet Mafia. Okay. I think Roman is Town because when Roman is Mafia, and I've seen this a lot because Roman's done a lot of Mafia games, Roman will not push on anybody. Roman will not blame anybody. He'll never say like, oh, well, I don't know. Una's 50%, Min is 50%, Christian's 50%, Varun is 50%, Joel's 50%, Julius is 50%. Those are my reads. And then he just goes about his day. That's his Mafia play. And right now, Roman's giving me lists of people, like of who he doesn't trust. Even I'm on his list of people he doesn't trust.
You keep on jumping on and off, man.
So I'm telling you, I read Roman pretty Town. So if I'm living in the world where Joel is cop, and like I already explained that he is,
do you think there's one?
Okay, but
do you think there's one Mafia or two Mafia?
And so I think it was entirely possible Jordan was Mafia and Christian's the other one. I'm really suspicious of Christian. I also think that he didn't say a whole lot day one. He also came out of day two and started talking a whole lot more.
Okay, but granted, I do that on purpose every game. That's how I played cop last game. And other than me like aligning myself with one of my Town reads, Min, and not voting to extend time, what else have I done that has been that suspicious? Like the time thing is like I already addressed the time thing, and I also said about the Min thing. So like,
I feel like it's a waste.
Yeah, well,
I mean, go ahead. Sorry, it's your phone.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if it's not Tien, who's your second? Like if
I've been riding the Una train the whole time, but I feel like she hasn't said anything of like. I don't know. This is gonna be really funny, but it might be Varun. If I had to pick a second person, it would be Varun, and I think that's a super not Mafia like play, in that like I'm flip flopping on somebody that everybody else thinks is. I don't know. Anyways.
Okay, this formal is over. Are we pushing to vote on Julius?
Una froze. Una disconnected.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she looks fine to me.
She's not on the
She's
screen.
not on my screen.
She disappeared.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I'll say this: like she does behave differently.
Should we wait for Una to come back?
Who formal? Did I formal
Yeah.
or did I second?
Because like
Let's-
the formal just ended. I
I thought Christian formal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's wait for Una.
I think we can give her 5 minutes.
So I guess we can't discuss because that'd be unfair.
I kind of want to hear from Roman who he thinks is suspicious because I haven't heard from him in a while, I think.
Am I going or am I waiting?
Nah.
Oh, okay, we can wait.
We can't use the Una disconnected time as additional daytime.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's I'm just checking. I'll get my.
Yeah, of course Christian would want to shorten the day. Oh, more time to discuss? Nah.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, like we just did like 5 minutes, and like if somebody says something like that changes the vote, then like it changes the way the game's played.
Una's back.
There she is.
Welcome back, Una.
You want to just get to day 3, Christian?
I would love to get to day 3.
Oh, yo, fuck it. Let's just sleep and get to day 3.
I would love to get to day 3, Julie.
Formal sleep.
I'd love to win the game.
Wait, is Una actually there?
She's connected.
Oh,
She's nothing on.
She's turned invisible.
She like restarted her computer and we went to the bathroom or something.
Mic's off again.
Heard somebody.
Mike isn't.
Oh, maybe she restarted her computer and went to the bathroom.
But how does she connect to the Zoom?
Una, bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
I just keep on staring at Jordan's freaking screens. I didn't like that.
I keep trying to get a read on Jordan.
I tell you, his shifty eyes. He made an eye
Okay.
movement, I'm telling you.
So, Christian, you're the one who did the formal on Julius. Do you want to push to vote or no? Okay, so there will be a vote on Julius with 7 of y'all alive. It takes 4 to kill him. If you would like to vote on Julius...
Oh, doing the 10 seconds?
Oh, yeah, give your 10 seconds. That's fine.
So like I said, don't judge me by how I'm playing because literally I play the same for Town and Mafia, but judge me by who I'm judging. Like, if you really think Christian is Town, that's fine, and I'm pushing against him, then I'm either wrong. But that's it. I don't think my play is indicative of Mafia. Just think about what I've been saying.
If you want to kill Julius, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, go. That's 2. That's not enough to kill Julius.
Was that our guaranteed?
Yes.
Then,
There are no RNG formals.
so then we go.
So we go to sleep. Good night, everybody. Send me your rolls.
Jordan, you there? No? Jordan? Jordan, please. Jordan.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yo! Dude, let me see your face, dude.
No.
Oh. Do I not stand a ghost of a chance? I guess not.
Okay, everybody wake up.
Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die.
All right, Joel.
In the middle of the night, Joel, you died.
Oh. Okay, so
Blink if it was
I
10.
have a question.
We needed that.
yeah.
We don't have a medic then because Joel died.
So that means that the medic is most likely dead?
Yeah.
Because the medic would have saved him.
In
Might have
theory.
been Julian.
I think the medic was Julian.
Julian, yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
I'll read on him.
So that confirms Joel was the cop, even though everybody kind of believed it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and form over Varun because he was on his Mafia list.
Okay.
Second, anything?
I'll second that.
Well, so I feel like I've been right about Jordan and Julian so far. I feel like I was thinking Joel at some point, but then I backed off when he claimed he was cop, and I believe that for sure. And I do agree that Min and Roman, as that he was saying, were allied, are most likely Towns, because I still think Jordan was one of the Mafia. Julius, I was thinking was Mafia for most of the game. But I think last round, my suspicion has moved towards Christian.
Do we need to start the formal time? Sorry for interrupting. Yeah. Thank you.
And then I also haven't heard from Una in a while. I've also thought that she was Town from the beginning, but I wouldn't mind hearing her updated thoughts because I haven't.
Yeah, I've just been kind of trying to take everything in and, just trying to read everybody and like their reactions. But since I did believe Joel was Town, and since he came out as Cobb, I do believe he was Cobb. Therefore, Min and Roman must be Town. I know I'm Town.
We don't know for sure.
No, No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's Town. We're both Town.
Yeah,
I guarantee.
Okay, all right, we got it.
Guarantee.
It's the Julie the Nuda strat.
Yeah, unless it was like, oh, they were both.
All right, Julius, are we teaming up against them? Is that what we need to do?
What are the odds of it happening? Yeah, I'm telling you.
Jesus Christ.
Don't pocket me.
Dude, God, dude.
You just voted on me.
I feel like 3 people voted for Kristen last time. Was Joel one of them?
It was me.
I was one of them.
It was me,
For who?
Julius,
For
and
who?
you. I wrote it down.
I did not vote for Tien, and I'm regretting that decision.
I think Tien is coming off pretty scummy now, and
I feel like if we have a revote, then he might be taken out.
I think so. I think that would be a good assumption.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Can I ask you guys specifically what?
Okay, the formal on Varun is rescinded.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay, Christian, what were you gonna say?
So I was gonna ask Una and Roman, or I guess anybody really, what? I guess I already heard Julius. What do you guys specifically feel scummy about me that has changed?
well, initially, I agree with the points that Julius said. I think they're very well taken. I was struck that you didn't vote to extend the time, as well as Varun. That's kind of why he was a little suspicious at first. But I kind of knew that it was just because he wanted to go to sleep. But
It
with
looks
you,
like he is.
Mean, what's your reads on Julius and Una?
What is it?
On Julius and Una, what are your reads?
I'm still kind of suspicious of Julius just because he was so adamant about killing me.
he was.
Sorry.
I mean,
Go.
not adamant, but like he was.
I voted on Min.
Yeah, that voted for me. And then
I think I voted for you as well, though. Did I
yeah,
not?
yeah. I mean, the only reason why I'm just picking out like the ones who vote against me because I know that I'm innocent. I mean, like in my head, and that's the only reason why I would think like the opposite. Like you guys might be the mafia because you're targeting an innocent person. That's my only rationale. Christian, I mean, he seems innocent, but he can always be playing that card where he's siding with me, like Julius was saying. But I mean, right now that's all speculation. And I still think he's innocent, but again, he can still be tricking us and siding with me this whole time, just as a mind game. But I mean, I can't say for sure, so I don't want to give any particular accusation. But I mean, Julius is still high on my list, but since we didn't get a good enough count for him, then seems like this might still be 2 Mafia. I feel like.
Who? Two Mafia?
Yeah, unless Jordan was one of the Mafia, but I'm not sure if he was. If Julius was the Mafia, then I would say Una would be the other Mafia, just because Julius and Varun are kind of like trying to kill each other off, so they both can't be Mafia. And Julius and Christian can't be Mafia because they're both trying to kill each other off. So the only one who haven't really who are not trying to kill each other off is Uma and Julius.
So your top 2 are Una and Julius?
Yeah, on the flip side, it could be Varun and Christian.
Okay.
Can I respond to Una or something? So I just think it's ridiculous that how if I didn't vote on time, which I've already explained why I didn't, turns into a scum read on day 3.
I also think you haven't contributed anything at all to the game. You haven't really brought up any point. you haven't brought up much on very many people. You seem less focused on solving the game than and you're just kind of responding to accusations.
Yeah, before like I got cut off, I was also going to say that it's very easy to just like distract yourself as Mafia if you're like projecting somebody as Town, and that's what you were doing a lot with Min. And it almost came across that you and Min were like allies, like especially how you were trying to like push him to like
on nothing else other than the fact that he was cop in a previous game and you wanted to potentially hear what he had to say 2 days down the line. Like that was your entire read of Min, was that Min's not saying anything at all, but I want to hear what he says in 3 days. So I Min.
And I think that was like a really nice, if you're Mafia, and Scummy, which I think you are, I think that would be like a really good way to like show that you were contributing without actually contributing.
Yeah.
Can I hear from? Okay, I don't have a direct response to you guys yet, but Roman, do you see the whole
really hard?
What Min said about Julius and Una?
Yeah. Right now, I got Una and Julius 100% Mafia.
Okay,
going really hard, and I just got a gut feeling they're really pushing that time frame thing.
I would just like to say that
what has Christian contributed to the game other than like saying, "Hey, I think Min is Town"?
He's been defending himself a lot, so I think that's why he hasn't really read. And
yeah, I mean, like I had my own formal, and then I
very beginning I did have TN as my Town. Very beginning, I had him Town, and it's only slowly but surely I've been decreasing him off, and right now I have him as 50-50, but I'm taking Joel's word since you know he was.
It would have been super easy for me if I were Mafia to just let Varun die. Like, how easy would that have been? Like, why, as Mafia, would I go out of the way to kill somebody who... So, if anything, it would be me and Varun, because the only reason why I would ever possibly save Varun in that situation is if we were both Mafia together. And me and Una are Mafia together.
Can somebody remind me on how that vote went again?
For Varun?
It didn't.
Yeah, it got rescinded, right? Like,
no, it was Jordan, Julian, Christian, and Roman. So, like, if there was a Mafia who didn't vote there, like, it could have been very easy for one last Mafia to raise their hand and just hammer Varun dead. But nobody did, meaning that it's very likely that the Mafia are in those 4 people.
Right.
Jordan, Julian, Christian, and Roman. Roman's obviously, whatever, checked by the cop.
Yeah.
I think has been playing pretty towny. Christian is in that list. Jordan, who got lynched, and Julian, who's confirmed Town.
Yeah.
So Jordan and Christian are on that list. It would have been so easy for me to, 1, not protect Varun at all, or 2, just hammer him dead and then move on to the night phase and kill somebody else if I were Mafia. So, like, if anything, me and Varun are aligned. But, like, even in your eyes just now, just because me and Una are attacking Christian at the same time, you think me and Una are on the same team.
The only reason why I'm not targeting Roman or Min is the sheer fact that Joel checked you guys. And I honestly believe that Joel was cop. So I also honestly believe that Jordan was Mafia. So I'm only living in a world of 1. So that's why... The only reason why I do not suspect Min or Roman is that reason.
The only possible world of... Well, maybe not. No. But, like, it is possible there's a world of 2 between Min and Roman, but like I said, I'm reading both of them as Town. I've read Min as Mafia, but I still feel like this is not Roman's Mafia game. Roman as Mafia just doesn't accuse anybody because he's afraid to, like, find himself in a logical fallacy. So he just constantly stays on the fence on everybody, so he doesn't commit on anybody. But so, like, Roman, you reading me as Mafia makes me think you are 100% Town.
Town.
All right, Varun, what are your reads?
I don't think anything's changed since the last time I talked. I still think Min and Roman are both Towns.
I know that, Julius.
Primarily from basing the cop read. I'm still suspicious of Christian. I think if we voted, he might lose that vote. I don't think Julius and Una are allied. Just looking back at what I saw on day 1 and everything, this doesn't seem very likely to me. So that's what I'm thinking.
A formal Christian.
I will
I'll second.
Christian, like I said, you haven't contributed much to the game. I know you've been under attack a lot since day one, for I think at least mildly legitimate reasons. I feel like you gave some pretty decent reasons, but in the same sense that, in the same way that Jordan, like, never mind, that's a different game. But
I'm just gonna defend Christian just because I was just
Okay.
so. I'm not a very good Mafia player, but the Christian thinks I am. So, if you were the Mafia, you wouldn't want a good town a good town person, a good a good guy to keep going on in the game and potentially provide more insights later on. So,
But I think also,
I mean, it would be to the Mafia's disadvantage to potentially leave like a good player like in the game later on in the stage where they can potentially review.
to be fair
I'm not
though,
saying I'm a good player because I'm definitely not. I'm just saying like in the thought process.
yeah.
That's why this whole time I keep thinking Christian is a good guy because what Mafia would want like a player who.
But you don't see how that's not really contributing anything to the day when everybody's talking about now. Like, that doesn't really help town to say, I want to keep Min around for 3 days.
But to be fair though, at the
and hear what he says day 3. You know, like that doesn't help us.
There was so many people who, not so many, but there were a few people who were suspicious of you, Min, just for the sheer fact that you were silent. And leaving a player like you who's silent and suspicious would also help Mafia because there's still that like ambiguity. Like, you know, like he could easily just claim you as like town, like keep him, but all the same while, like you're still suspicious in some people's eyes. So it's like, at the very end, if it's between like you and Christian, he could totally easily say like, you know, or other people could totally easily say like, oh, well, Min was also suspicious too.
Yeah.
So
I also like, real quick, I know this is about Christian, but like, I know that we're almost fairly confirmed on Min and Roman. Obviously they're the same, but I think that was a super, super towny like mindset. Like, the thought process that led to what Min just said came from the mind of like a town.
Yeah.
That's like a super towny thing to say.
So are you saying with that, are you saying you agree with Min's read on Tien?
No, I just think Min is town and Christian is Mafia. Like I don't get why if somebody likes you, that makes them town. If somebody doesn't like you, that makes them Mafia. Like, I don't understand that. Like, it's very easy if I were Mafia to just be like, I like everybody.
Yeah, well, if you guys remember why I defended Min early on, the whole thing was that it was going off the whole like unproductive town thing where people were saying that, oh, Min is quiet. Like, do you think he'd be like a safe lynch? And we had the same thing about Varun, right? Which we eventually got to. But in that actual juxtaposition, like, because of previous knowledge, because of like that one game he played as a cup, like I trust that game, his insight, to be more productive late game rather than a less safe lynch for me, which at the time was Varun. So that was the whole idea, and that's why I ended up voting on later on because we ran out of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that like I think it's kind of ridiculous. Like day zero stuff again, like kind of comes back on me on that where like suddenly like. That makes me Mafia because I align myself with somebody I thought would be helpful later on. Like if I did the same thing with Roman, like it's like the only difference is that like Roman, like we've played more games with him, and like you know what I mean. Like I don't get how that makes me like scummier. Like just because I align myself with people that I definitely had a town read at the time and still do, and then now that there's a cop read on top of it, that like is even more backed. And I think all of us believe that Min and Roman are both town. I don't like again. I don't understand how that comes back to me like later on that I've been consistent about how I feel about these people.
I think this is how it's going to play out. I think Christian, you're going to get voted off. If town doesn't win, then it would either my suspicion.
I think might actually lose.
I think it would be Varun or.
I'm living in a world with two.
Yeah, I think there's two Mafias.
Who do you guys think the two are?
Then who do you think they are?
My suspicion still hasn't really died down from Una and Julius.
Okay.
Yeah, I was still thinking too.
I can honestly tell you that I am down.
But why
But
would
here
it not be me and Varun?
Yeah, like I don't understand why y'all two aren't seeing
Okay.
that connection.
The time in the formal is up. Are we going to push to vote on Christian?
I pushed the vote.
I vote.
Okay. With 6 of you alive, it'll take 4 of you to kill Christian. If you'd like to kill Christian, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, vote. With 3, that's not enough. The day continues.
Hmm.
So I think Min and Roman are not convinced. I think Min and Roman think that the three of us, like one of us, like the two of
I
us.
also think if Min and Roman, once again, I think if Min and Roman were Mafia, like they could have easily just hammered there, so that confirms them as town. Like Mafia would have won the game there if they both voted, and like I think that's 100% town. Once again, just I understand, Roman, that the last time I played with you, I was probably Mafia, and this is how I played.
I'm
Once
salty as fuck.
once again, I'm saying don't judge how I'm playing.
I know,
as
yeah,
Town
I
or
know.
Mafia, because
But-
I play the same type
Yeah, I
of
know.
inquisitive way, and I direct town. It's both town and Mafia. But
Can I throw in something?
I just gotta. I gotta pick. I gotta go one way or the other, and
I'll also just
Okay,
say,
we're starting the 2-minute guaranteed formal time. So you have 2 minutes, and then there'll be 0 to 2 RNGs.
Hey, can I say something to Roman and Min real quick? Like, Julius brought up earlier that like, as far as like the Julius Varun connection, you know, and how like it would have been really easy for Julius to like hammer and kill Varun, which I think obviously if that made Julius Mafia, like that's something he could do, but I also believe that Julius is the smart enough and analytical enough player to not do that, based off the fact that we can get another formal on like day 0 when there's so many people.
no, look,
Right? Like
If-
I think
if
that
I-
is easily something he can do. That's one vote. That's one thing that's happened. I think that's easily something you can do just so you can fall back on it on day 3. Like, how is that not also as possible as me not voting on time, right? Like that's something that like happened a long time ago that shouldn't like matter as much as it like seems to now. Like
it's something that I've been doing that's pro town that you haven't done anything to contribute to town other than pocketing Min the entire game. I thought Varun was town because literally nobody. Think of the logic that I've put down. Like I've helped town like along the way the entire game. Like has there ever been a single point in this entire game where I've said something inconsistent or tried to mislead town away from at least just trying to figure out who Mafia are? Like you haven't contributed like much of anything at all other than wasting time day 1 and then pocketing Min and then just giving some reads. I've been throwing down logic, you know, like how easy would it have been for me to just be like, all right, fuck it, let's kill Varun, let's go to sleep, you know? But not only did I save him there, I also didn't vote on him.
But see, obviously, like that'll come back in the same way that like what I just said. Like you can say, oh, like you can get hammered down. Oh, well, you know, you voted on the Varun.
What do you have to go back on that? Like, I don't want to formal anybody because I think you're the only Mafia, and that's the day.
I think so too. I pretty much.
that's what I'm
If
saying.
we say we kill off Christian,
I'll give you 30 more seconds to come up with.
and
with
if
the
he's the
formal.
only Mafia, then we would win. But if he's not, then we go at nighttime. Mafia can
It's
win.
too late. He already has immunity, so
so we'll
Yeah,
go one more. I
already-
mean, if he's really the only one left,
Oh, he hasn't
and
made
we
it out
go
this
one
round.
more, then we still have a shot. Town still has a shot.
I mean, yeah, but it's just so risky. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but if
What
you
I'm saying
truly
is,
think
like-
you missed the lynch,
look, clearly me
Min
and
and I-
Christian are on opposite sides. So by you two not voting on Christian means that you think I'm Mafia. So I've
Right.
been giving reasons why that I am not Mafia this game to try to convince you guys to vote on Christian at least next round. And what I'm saying is that my body of work as town has been actually something more significant than Christian, who hasn't contributed anything other than defending Min for almost no reason.
I disagree. I said my reason why I let him in. I've had a town read on him this entire game. Like I don't understand how that makes me scummy when I'm trying to defend the town. Like
No. The
You had a
only
Mafia read first day. Your very, very first list possible had Min as your Mafia. I
not
wrote it.
Mafia. I had him on my bottom 4. That's a much. I never call people Mafia, especially not that early. That's
Okay,
No.
the day is over. There are no
why
RNG
you don't wanna-
formals.
that's why I don't
Go
wanna-
to sleep.
Ugh.
Oh, that's not cool. Oh, shit.
Oh, this is bad.
This is bad.
If you have a roll, please send me your roll.
Got a little saucy there towards the end, huh? How you doing?
Yeah. So since you died, we can talk about how you died in the night. So we can, I guess, safely talk about how, you're still a nice guy.
Yeah, sure. I can always take that with. At least I have my personality.
Yeah. Or what hat is that?
LSU. I'm originally from Louisiana. Actually, moved here.
Okay. Dead be dead. Alive wake up. Got everybody? Yes. In the middle of the night, Varun, you died. The day starts now.
I'm telling you, we should have voted on Christian.
Oh my god. Clearly, if Christian's Mafia, he wouldn't have killed me there because it would have put a lot of suspicion on him.
Yeah, but the sheer fact that Varun died, which is one of the 3 who voted on Christian, it's just so obvious. Can I formal Christian?
Wait, no, I don't want to formal Christian unless we know that Roman and Min are I want to convince Min and Roman before we formal Christian, and then they don't vote on him, and then he gets immunity again, and then we.
So why do y'all not think that Christian is Mafia?
Roman, Min, you two are the confirmed town in my eyes. So clearly, this game lynches on you two to win it for town. So you guys have to lead the way then.
Just talk. Just tell us what you're thinking.
So it's either one of 2 things. It's either there's 2 Mafia and it's Julius and Una, or there's only 1 Mafia left and it's Christian. And I mean, Julius's logic makes sense.
Look, how about this?
Can I go ahead and say that if you mislynch me, then town loses.
Yeah,
look,
but
that's actually, I was about to say the same thing. Why don't you lynch? Hold on. Why don't you lynch me? You go to sleep.
I'm gonna die.
No, actually, you probably won't.
They'll probably kill either me or.
They'll probably kill Roman or Min, and then it'll be left to Roman to decide between Una and Christian.
And I could tell you for a fact that I am town because as a Mafia play, I would never be this adamant about calling people out. I would never say, I believe Jordan is town. I would never say, I believe Roman is town.
Una does play the same way, yes. Una and Roman play the same Mafia.
I'm not fucking fiddling with my hair. I'm not fidgeting around. I'm stone cold.
You're a little
adamant.
fidgety, but it's because you're adamant about what you're saying.
She's passionate.
I know, yeah. All right, I formal question.
And there's no way if
formal
I was
question.
Mafia that I would do that.
Okay, there's a
Fuck it.
formal on
Going all in
Christian.
on this.
Not Tina.
Tina, let's go, Tina. I mean, to be honest, passionate and fidgety to me is the same thing. Number 1, number 2, obviously, it's being 4 now, and if you guys happen to live in a world of 2 where Una and Julius are getting more and more aggressive the closer they are to
No, the thing is, with their aggressiveness is it's also when they're town, they also get very when they're trying to really prove a point and they're good, they act the same way. So it's literally me and Min have to pick we just gotta go.
There's some
Mafia play is the same, but think about what we're saying.
He's a good guy, and that's the only reason why I'm starting to be more suspicious of Christian.
I don't like it, but I'm 50-50 both on Una and Julius still, and they both defend the same way when they're town or Mafia.
Who's contributed more town things to the day?
You, because you said more, but that's still not a good enough reason for me.
I'll also say that when I was Mafia, I wouldn't be so firm. I would say I suspect Christian. I think Roman.
It's 100% Mafia playing that way.
That's my tell. I could honestly say that.
And your hair.
See, like,
What's up?
Exactly. It was up right when we started.
yeah. See, here's the thing. At the beginning of the day, like early days, like we all had like Una as like a very like hard town read, which I think if she was Mafia, that'd be very safe for her to stay in. But then now that like it's if again in a world of two, it'd be 2-on-3. Like it's so much easier to suddenly be like choose like the alignment with the other Mafia partner and then like turn on the 3. Like
Can I
I don't
also
understand how like I don't understand
I
how
will
like that
say-
allegiance doesn't like come. It shows up
No,
on
no, no,
day
no, no, no.
3 and starts scum reading me.
Everyone always thinks that I'm like town at the beginning, but even on second day, someone will like, call me out that I'm Mafia. But the fact that I'm still here, I'm still this passionate. The fact that I'm like adamantly calling you out shows that I'm town. I've been trying to argue so many times that Varun was town.
So are you trying to say that if you were Mafia this far in the game, you wouldn't be passionate? Like,
look,
I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't.
She would be pretty passive. That's her
I would
Mafia
be
play.
so passive.
I don't buy that. Like, I don't buy that. If it's a world of 2 on the day of 5, like, I don't understand.
Think about when Julian and I were on there. Julian was the one leading the way, and I was just like, yeah, I agree. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I see that. Like, I never actively.
Yeah, but that's also because you were under the guise of like being totally town from my like missed cop read, right? So like you don't have to like worry. You don't have to say as much things.
But then when I was
the majority of
playing
people already thought you guys were town.
When I was playing with Roman, it was the same way. I wasn't like, yeah. I was like hiding behind the cop thing, but like, it's not like I was trying to be so proactive. Like I was not.
What are you thinking, man? What are you thinking?
Can I just say one quick thing to try to convince you like real fast? So obviously Varun died in the night, and I was pretty hard aligned with Varun. I would say. So Varun died in the night. He's obviously town. Right before Roman, you said, "Oh, I think Una and Julius are aligned." Right before that happened, I specifically said I read Una as town day 1 and day 2, but she didn't really say much, and now she's starting to look more Mafia to me. And then all of a sudden, the next thing, me and Una were on the same team. I think Una and I are hitting the same person correctly, but there was I did throw some suspicion out on Una before you even said anything.
Sure, okay, but in that same day, the day with Joel, you also said like, "Oh, like I really regret this, but I kind of think it's Varun now." Like you yourself said that.
Yeah, because I'm evaluating
like,
the game.
Okay, but sure, like if you're gonna throw out like, "Oh, I'm like hard aligned for Varun," you did have a shaky part in that at some point in this game. So definitely hasn't been 100%. Definitely not off of like, "Oh, I could have hammered him early in the day," like on the first day,
it doesn't matter what that comment said, but the fact that Roman associated Julius and me, or Varun and him, like, I think that's the point he's trying to make.
The thing is, I'm going off of Joel's reads, and that's I'm trying to. Do I go against him or do I go with him? Real quickly, I want to hear from Min.
I mean, I'm 50-50 between Julius and Christian. Julius might be, like using a strategy of being against Varun and then killing him off that night so that he can use that as his leverage so that he's not Mafia. But they both put up good arguments, so there's also.
But if there's also a world of 2, it's me and Una.
Yeah, I mean, if you
how is that even possible? How is there a world of 2 where it's like?
Okay, this formal is over. Are we gonna push to vote?
Look, if you guys are not sure on voting on Christian, I think we should just rescind, play the day, and not give Christian immunity because we still have 7 minutes to talk about.
What the game is going to be over when you mislynch me. So I mean that's kind of where we're at already.
No, it's not. It's not. Like that's.
Are we pushing to vote or are we not?
I mean, Roman was the one who formaled him.
Fuck it, push the vote. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Christian, you have 10 seconds to give your last words.
Okay. Well, kind of exactly what I just said. When you guys mislynch me, if we're in the world of 2, and we're in the fidgety, passionate day of 5 people. Like, the game is gonna be over when you guys miss lunch right now.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
It would take 3 to kill. If you want to vote for Christian, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, vote.
I need to go sleep.
Okay. Christian, you die, town wins.
Thank God! Oh my God!
Everybody can wake up.
Jeez.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Holy
Hold
shit.
on. Let me say the roles.
Go ahead.
So, Mafia this game were Jordan and Christian. Julian was the medic, and Joel was indeed the cop.
Wow.
Y'all got my Mafia partner day 1, please, dude.